Yes, you guessed it right. In this video, we will cover the top 7 Rolex watches to invest in during 2022 and probably well into 2023. Rolex. It has been at the top of the watch industry since the very beginning. And recently, demand for Rolex watches grew so strong that the supply just couldn't keep up. This gap in supply and demand allows resellers to cash in, sometimes with excessive profits. Waiting lists and a price hike at authorized dealers even make some watches sell for higher prices on the secondhand circuits than their current suggested retail price. But before we dive into all of this, be sure to subscribe to our channel for anything Rolex if you haven't already. The joy of a shopaholic isn't the only reason to buy a Rolex. If you buy the right model, it will prove to be a good investment that can give some handsome returns in the future. Did you know several models have doubled in value within just a few years? So stay tuned, and in this video, you will discover our list of the top Rolex models to invest in if you want to make a good return. Besides the models mentioned in our short list, when you think of Rolex, you just believe in luxury, and Rolex generally has a good resale value in and by itself. If you didn't care about how it works, or how it looks, you could buy a Rolex watch at a certain price and probably sell it for a higher price later on. Rolex says it has no plan to increase their production capacity in the coming years. Therefore, it is very likely that the shortage in supply will also keep growing over the following years. During the corona pandemic, luxury timepieces from Rolex have continued to rise in value. This proves that even in a time of crisis, it is an investment you can rely on for a healthy return. But with so many options, it can be hard to choose the best Rolex watch to buy. So while keeping in mind that the condition of the watch does affect the price, here is our list of the 7 best Rolex watches to buy as an investment in 2022. Number 1. Rolex Oyster Perpetual with Tiffany or cotton candy dials. One of only a handful of Rolex Oyster Perpetual Special Editions, this timepiece is pretty rare. Rolex isn't known for its use of bright colors, so the unveiling of this watch caught everyone off guard. Luxurious watch collectors really like the whole Oyster Perpetual range. So it is one of the top investment watches for 2022. Also, since this is Rolex's most affordable model, the waiting list for Oyster Perpetual models can now run up to 2 years. In terms of versatility, both the 36mm and 41mm steel calibers are excellent choices. In terms of return on investment, dials like Tiffany or cotton candy are fantastic choices. As an example, the Tiffany Blue dial Ref 124300 is currently for sale on the pre-owned market for more than 4 times last year's price. But generally, you can see 2.5 to 3 times the suggested retail price for these models on the pre-owned market in 2022. Number 2. Rolex Submariner. 2020 was a big year for the Rolex Submariner collection, with Rolex terminating all 40mm versions and releasing a new range of 41mm variants. Open market pricing for the new Submariner watches is quite exorbitant, but this makes the prior version a great deal. Despite being 1mm smaller and having slightly different proportions, Ref 126610LN wears quite similarly to Ref 116610LN. While the older model lacks the latest Cal 3235 movements, it may be purchased for a few hundred up to a few $1,000s cheaper than the brand new version, while still delivering most of the same features, including a Cerachrom, ceramic bezel, blue glowing chromolite lume, and a solid link bracelet with glide lock clasp. Older versions with 40mm cases and aluminum bezel inserts, especially the Ref 16610 and Ref 14060, provide significant investment potential. They are the final Rolex Submariner models to feature classic dimensions before super cases and maxi dials. These watches gained about 20% in value in 2020, and prices still continued rising well into 2022. although the market has recently calmed down a bit. The Rolex Submariner model is very popular on the pre-owned market, and as it is currently difficult to get your hands on a Submariner, the prices are likely to continue to increase there. The Submariner collection does tend to appreciate in value after it's been purchased new. As an example, Rolex Submariner Date or Rolex Submariner No Date models have a retail price of around $9,000 to $10,000, but both models can be found on the pre-owned market for up to $14,000. Number 3. Rolex Day Date. The Rolex Day Date reference number 228235. It is made of rose gold and collectors especially like the green dial. It is, however, one of the more expensive Rolex models, with a manufacturer suggested retail price of $39,250. Yet, for those that can afford it, it does provide a handsome return on your investment. Number 4. Rolex GMT-Master. Since 1950, customers have been able to purchase a GMT-Master timepiece. Designed for pilots, it allows them to keep tabs on many time zones at once. GMT-Master 2 became more than just a pilot's tool when it was released in the 1990s. In addition to a steel body, the 40mm watch features a ceramic bezel with sapphire crystals and automatic movement. No wonder it's a very sought-after Rolex watch for investment in 2022. This cool feature is still there in the GMT-Master 2. The rotating 24-hour advanced bezels of the Rolex GMT-Master 2 let the wearer concurrently read 3 different time zones. This model has a charming appeal that goes well with both casual and formal outfits alike. Customers are drawn to the watch's large, attractive face, which radiates style. With a green dial, this is the first GMT-Master 2 to incorporate a ceramic bezel. The green GMT hand on the reference 116710LN makes it a sought-after timepiece among watch collectors and enthusiasts. Ref 16710, 126710BLNR, or 126711CHNR are all resale superstars, so you won't have an issue with either one. Just to give you an idea, the new GMT-Master 16710 in November 2021 could still be purchased for roughly $13,000. Now it can fetch almost double of that. The GMT with reference number 126710BLNR, an update of the Batman model, is so in demand that there is a waiting list of several years. Hence, prices on the secondary market are still on the rise. Currently, we are seeing double the suggested retail price on the pre-owned market. We also expect the GMT-Master 2, nicknamed Root Beer, to significantly appreciate in value as it is made of rose gold, and the demand for rose gold jewelry is on the rise in general. Are you a real Rolex lover? Then go on and give this video that thumbs up. Number 5. Rolex Daytona Platinum Ice Blue Dial 116506. Between the years 2018 and 2022, there was a 276% increase in the price of the Daytona Platinum Ice Blue. This specific Daytona is a fantastic investment for those who can afford it, because its price has increased by 2.76 times when it was first on sale. The dial of this watch has an icy blue color, which is what makes it stand out. This is the dial that Rolex uses for all of their platinum watches. It is their distinctive dial. The Day-Date models and the Cosmograph Daytona are the only models that feature this particular shade of blue on their dials. Any serious Rolex collector would immediately recognize this watch and be able to estimate how much it's worth. Number 6. Rolex Cosmograph Daytona Green Dial John Mayer Edition. Before Grateful Dead rock star John Mayer endorsed this Rolex model in a video, this yellow gold green dial piece was selling below the manufacturer's suggested retail price of $36,650. 9 months after John Mayer's endorsement, it already drove up the demand and price. The gold green dial Rolex Cosmograph Daytona is now even nicknamed the John Mayer, and the price is still climbing today because of Mayer's seal of approval. The 18-karat yellow gold watch was originally developed for endurance racers. The bezel's tachometer measures average speed over a certain distance. sporty elegance, and supreme utility make this watch a favorite among collectors. Its green dial is another selling element. Given that green symbolizes wealth in many cultures, this green dial with an 18-karat gold hour marker is mesmerizing. The green dial of this clock may seem either dark or brilliant green depending on the angle of the sun. Intriguing, to say the least. If you don't wear it, the watch includes a 72-hour power reserve that will keep it going for at least 3 days. Rolex Cosmograph Daytona John Mayer Green Dial reference 116508 is a good investment if its historic performance is a guideline. The price of the Rolex Daytona 18-karat rose a staggering 348% from 2018 to 2022. That is the equivalent of having more than quadrupled the amount of money you started with in less than 5 years. Number 7. Rolex Explorer 2. Early 2022, Rolex released a new version of the Rolex Explorer 2 with the reference number 226570 and some small changes to the case design and caliber. It is meant to replace the previous 216570 version, but both versions are popular with collectors. Since there is not much difference in design, if you are buying for investment purposes, you better look at the difference in price. The older 216570 model of the Rolex Explorer 2 cost significantly less than the newer version, so you can easily save a couple $1,000s when opting for the previous version. Yet, since Rolex Explorer is still increasing in popularity, both models are likely to increase in price over the coming years. Therefore, you stand a good chance to see a nice return on your investment in a Rolex Explorer 2 in 2022. And now, a special tip because you watched this video till the very end. As a general rule, you can't go wrong with the vintage steel sport references like the Daytona and Submariner models. These tend to hold their value and, more than likely, increase in value over the coming years. The same is true for limited edition models or models with a hard-to-find dial. So, these were our top 7 Rolex watches to buy as an investment in 2022. Which one caught your eye? Comment below with your favorite watch out of these 7. If you've enjoyed today's video, then make sure to subscribe to our channel, Watch Divine, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on anything Rolex. Thanks for watching.